Live from the part of YouTube that even degenerates think goes too far, this is the Zankoku Tenshi Show. The show that redefines the phrase, lowering the bar. And now, here is your host, the man with 1,000 replies, and they're all incoherent nonsense, Zankoku Tenshi.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Internet. It is I, Zankoku, and you're watching the Zankoku Tenshi Show, and the beard is gone. Oh my goodness, the beard is gone. But whatever, that's, it's hot, it's summer. I always shave when it gets to that point anyways. But, hello, everybody in the internet land, and this is the first time I'm using OBS for my stream, so that's why it took a little bit longer to start, because I was trying to set things up and try to figure things out. Look, we have chat. The chat is here somewhere. Oh my goodness, you can actually read what's going on in the chat if you want to while watching the stream. Oh my god, it's technology. I'm dangerously close to quasi-professional here. Dangerously close. Just, like, you know, dangerously close. I'm the only one watching. Yes, you probably are. It says there's 2 watching, but I don't trust YouTube. Once a bit. Zoom in a bit. Zoom in a bit. Like, you know, but I don't wanna cover up her I don't want to cover up her cleavage. Because it's nice to watch. It gives me something to look at besides the chat. Because when I look at the chat, I get depressed by how much nothing is going on in the chat anyways. Anyways, here I can make myself a little bit bigger. Because everyone knows that's what everyone wants is more of me. Whatever. This is OBS. I can't even hear what's going on with OBS. Like, I don't even know if the music was playing during the intro. I don't even know if my intro played. I mean, help me out there. Did the intro actually play? I had to figure out, like, it's going to be like 45 seconds to a minute within there before I cut to this scene. Did I mess it up? Was it good? I don't know. And plus, like I said, like the settings are all messed up. I see that YouTube is saying you are not receiving enough video to So I don't know. I don't know if this is all just a gigantic snafu. It was playing. It scared the shit. How can you scare? It's part of the show, man. It's pop. It's like right there in your face, metal. Anyways, enough talking to the one guy in the chat, which is basically the only reason I'm here. It is the Zankoku Tenshi Show, the weekly show where I just talk about some stuff for about 45 minutes to an hour, or I just give up. I don't know. So anyways, I got my trusty tablet here with the topics for today. Not many topics for today because it's a beautiful day, and I kind of want to, yes, I'm going to talk about ASMR again because, you know, last week's show we had a little conversation about ASMR, and I just wanted to share my experiences. After the show, I did a nice little, you would say, Google search, if you will, ASMR. Actually, no, I used Bing, man, because fuck Google. Seriously, YouTube, you're full of crap. And I refuse to use Google now because of the crap you do. Anyways, so I typed in ASMR, and of course it gives you the anatomic, what a sensory, whatever, meridian response, whatever. Anyways, but the second link, because we were talking about ASMR porn, just happened to be a website called ASMR triple X. So it's like, yep, they do have ASMR porn. I for science went to the link, but I didn't watch any of the videos because it looked like the run-of-the-mill, Pornhub type shop, except all whispering BJ and or, gentle whispering erotic massage or something like that. Anyways, I just like, but the funny thing is, then on my recommended page, because apparently Google just watches everything you do, no matter where you go, even Bing. There was an ASMR video, and I'm not going to say who it is, but I was like, I looked at the thumbnail, and I'm going like, wait, that's... And sure enough, she was doing a ASMR tingles video with a dildo, but not like a human-looking dildo. It looked like sort of like more like one of those medieval fantasy orc things. And she's all just like, tapping it and rubbing it, and I'm just sitting there going, how is this a thing? I mean, and then like YouTube, how is this on YouTube? How is this on the recommended page? How is it that if I even pulled anything close to, I'm probably going to get my video taken down because I was doing the hand gestures describing, but she literally has got a, 8-inch purple, blue Orc Johnson fondling throughout her video, and I'm just like amazed by it. Thank you for the 14,555 sub congratulations. Yeah, I know. If only more than 0.1% of them would actually watch my videos. Yeah, I know. I'm just such a loser. Just a sad and lonely loser. But I just thought that was crazy because, first of all, we were talking because it was about fidget spinner porn, and then I was talking about fetishes, and I crumpled up this candy wrapper, and then someone said ASMR. I'm like, yeah, ASMR, and yes, there are some holy shit ASMR YouTube videos out there, and then it just happened right after that, I see that there's that website, and then that one video. Thanks a lot. You ruined my life again. Nah, it was already ruined before that. But anyways, I thought I would just bring that back up there. Link the shows. I'm the only one that watches your videos. Lol, you are sad. I am completely sad. But you are not the only one that watches my videos. A good 30 to 40 of my subscribers watch my videos. Everyone else is just waiting for the next episode of That's Fucked Up, which is just like, I don't know if I'm going to have to find another video editing software, because the one I'm using right now just seems to be just way too messed up to do things quickly and effectively. I mean, I've got like maybe like a minute in there, maybe 2 minutes, and it took me it felt like, I don't know, 3 times as long as it normally does to make that much time for a video. So I don't know, it's really irking me, because I kind of want to get it done, because then, once I get it out there, who knows, maybe, some people will be more happy with me. But anyways, Yes, I am. I am sad. I am a sad, lonely YouTuber who's desperately trying to figure out things for my audience to like about me, and I keep coming up just flat. I was like, I mean, I'm just not active enough, and that's the problem. I've got too much. See, now look, I'm being left for this guy's girlfriend. I mean, not that I blame you. I mean, I don't blame you for that at all. But yeah, now it's just going to be like the loneliest feeling. Like, I'm going to watch that watching number go to 0. But yeah, have a good one. Say hi to the missus for me. Uh, and don't do anything that I would do. Be a gentleman. No, anyways. Good to see you. She's crying. Oh, that's bad. Don't tell people that. Just go take care of her. Go take care of her. Let, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. But, um, go be her rock. All right? So anyways, so yeah. We'll see you later. Godspeed. Godspeed. 21 Yol. Godspeed. Oh, that's one thing. That's one thing that I can't. I can't deal with is a crying woman. Oh my god, that is my weakness, ladies. That is my weakness. You start crying, I'm just like, oh, okay. I just. Oh, it's just like, it hits the empathy centers of my brain and heart the minute, like, a woman starts crying. Unless it's that fake alligator tears, like what's her name? The orange-haired comedian lady who did the thing with Trump's head. Kathy Griffin. Yeah. No, yeah, that crying, whatever. Bullshit. Anyway, so I just talked about the ASMR stuff. So now I'm going to talk to the next thing, and that is the reviews for the movie It Comes at Night. Now the other week I talked about the trailer and how excited I was for it. Actually, there was a few trailers, and the movie looks very good, very intriguing. And so far, the critics' reviews have been pretty positive. I think last I checked, it was like at a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is a good sign, a good sign. However, I did look at the audience scores. And I know it's early. I mean, it just came out today. But so far, the audience scores were like 50% light. And that is a scary proposition, because all of a sudden I'm seeing the mixed reviews, and usually when the critics hate something, or if the critics like something but the audience hates something, I might end up not liking it. And that's the thing that I'm kind of afraid of, is that maybe this movie is a little too critic friendly, maybe too artsy, maybe not what I expected, because the main complaint that I hear from the negative reviews and even from the positive reviews, things they say, is that if you're basing your expectations of this movie on the trailers, you're going to be somewhat disappointed, because it's a much different movie than the trailers portray. And that's a big problem right there, especially for me, but also for a lot of people, is we kind of use those trailers to gauge what kind of movie we're getting. And if the trailer portrays a movie as something that it's not, and you get this idea that you're going to have like this terrifying, edge of your seat, biting your nails type horror experience, psychological madness, and it turns out to be not quite that, then you're going to be kind of pissed off when you're at the theater. And you might actually be watching a good movie, but you're going to be in the back of your mind, this is not the movie that was promised. This is not the movie that I was expecting. And because of that, you may end up being put off on the movie and give it a negative response. And maybe that's kind of what's happening with the audience reviews. And so I'm just a little wary because I don't know what to think. I don't know what to expect now with the with this movie, because the movie that the trailers are showing looks like a very cool movie, and I do dig the concepts uh, and the fact that you've got what do you would say? You've got a sort of change and shift of tone in how the movie actually goes from kind of what it's portrayed in the trailers, and it just gives me pause, because now I've got to like refocus my mind, because I do still want to see this movie, but I'm gonna have to try to like cut out the trailer thoughts now on this movie, because apparently that's going to if I keep thinking on those lines, that's going to give me probably a little bit more negative feeling towards the movie. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that having a trailer that kind of, shifts you one way and then the movie does something a little bit different or much different, does that really mess you up? Does that really take you out of the experience? I'm just wondering if that's what you if you ever feel that way, if you ever come across that. I mean, I've seen movies where the trailer is nearly more different than what I thought I was going to get, and I end up liking the movie more than I thought I was going to like. I don't know, and I have experienced some things where the trailers look so much awesomer than the actual movie was, and was disappointed in the movie, and I don't know how much that sort of affects how I see the movie. So I don't know. This is a weird experiment, because this one is definitely more a blatant situation where you're knowing that the trailer is different, and I don't know how much that the director had to do with the trailer, because that's usually marketing and a separate team that does things like cutting the trailer and stuff like that. So it's a tough one, but I thought I would give a rambling, incoherent little talk about that situation, because yeah, I saw it happen. Well, I mean, not saw it happen. I was on Rotten Tomatoes and was looking, and I just went like, "Oh, the fan reviews are not that good. They are quite split." So, anyways, unfortunately, it looks more like a psychological slow burn of a movie based on the reviews that I've read now. And the problem with that is I do like psychological slow burn movies, but I was expecting a bit more insanity and speed based on the trailers. So maybe it's not going to be so much a slow burn. It gives me the impression that it's a slow burn, but no one's ever actually said it was like a slow burn. But they said that it was. I don't know how I just get this feeling that not a lot is actually happening. That a lot of it is subtext, and that can be cool and everything if you're expecting that, or you going in with a blank slate. But now I have expectations, kind of like with Alien Covenant. I had expectations, and then all of a sudden, everything just kind of falls apart. With reality. So, anyways, there's. So I'm gonna move on from there. Gee, it is depressing and lonely now that I'm talking to nobody. That's crazy. We'll have to watch this later to see how OBS does stack up to XSplit. I don't have the title crawl, but I'm actually able to change the font, and the colors and everything like that. So that's cool. I'm actually able to get the chat on there. I don't know why though. Maybe I should just remove the chat, because obviously no one's on there and no one's going to be talking. So I could probably just make that disappear you know. So look, the chat is gone. The chat is gone, and now we can gaze upon the cherry goodness. But oh, now he's back. Oh my God! Now I gotta bring the chat back on. How about that? Hey, there's the chat. Hey, how's it going? Did you take care of business? Did you make sure everything is? No, now he's gone. I don't know. I don't know. They really need like a time signature on this stuff. Anyways, I'm gonna be moving on. I'm gonna be moving on to the horror animes. It's, to me, it feels kind of like a rare thing, the horror anime, because really, like, you know, when you think of animes, you think of these slice of life, goofy high school shows, or you think of science fiction mechs, or the kind of weird hybrid like game type things, and space. You got the science fiction space journeys. You got the sort of medieval swords and sorcery stuff. You got all kinds of things. But one thing that people don't usually talk about too much is horror, because it just doesn't seem like this a big a thing in at least in the world, the realm that I'm seeing. Most of it is, you know, action, slice of life, comedy, science fiction, things like that, and you don't really get too much into the horror aspect. So I thought I would just, you know, talk about a couple of horror animes, so that if you want to get into some horror ones, I'll give you a good place to start. And one of them is a show, and these shows are going to be from a few years back, because let's be honest, I haven't been up on the current trends. Just too busy. But so the first one I'm going to want to talk about is a show called Another, and this one is a really neat, freaky, sometimes violent, especially if you get the uncensored version, show about a kid. He moves to this town, and he's starting at this new school. At this school, he's a new kid at this school, and he's in this class, and this class does this weird thing every year where I don't want to explain too much of it, but apparently one of the students is supposedly dead and is a ghost, and if they acknowledge its existence, bad, horrifying, bloody, gory, nasty death things happen. And of course, he's not, you know, down on this type of stuff. So he meets this girl. Everyone seems to ignore her, but he doesn't ignore her. And so, you know, he's trying to figure out things, and all of a sudden, bad things are happening. The class starts to freak out a bit, and I'm going to be attacked from behind by someone. No, okay, it's fine. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. And it's a neat psychological horror mystery. Trying to figure out exactly what's going on. You know, it's got that supernatural sort of tinge to it. So it's a really interesting short series. I mean, I think it's only 12 episodes. So it's one that you can watch easily in a couple days, depending on how many episodes you want to watch at a time. But I find it to be very good. So Another, and just Another, and yeah, it's definitely experience. Nothing I used to say. There is another show that I constantly talk about, and that's of course Higurashi no Naku Koro ni. I think there is a English language version where it's called When They Cry, anyways, the first 2 seasons awesome. The third one, which was I think OVAs, was still good, and then the fourth was bleh. And then they had this sort of movie which was called Kaku or something like that. Anyways, it was ended on a cliffhanger. I don't know if anything happened after that, but I've talked about that one at length. I've done a what do you call it? I've done a video on that, Higurashi no Naku Koroni, and yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites, if not my favorite. Well, I mean, it's definitely my favorite horror anime. It's not my favorite anime of all time, but it's definitely cool, and I talk about it at length. Then there's Umi Neko no Naku Koroni, which is when the seagulls cry. That one only got the 1 season, but kind of in the same vein, except quite different. So, oh, I thought I had like a little issue going on there for a second. All these like warning things popped up for a moment, and I just went crazy. But so those those two, Umineko and Higurashi, I talk about all the time, so I'm not going to get too deep into those. But another one which is really cool, it's kind of an anthology. It's called Aoi no Bunkaku. Or is it no? Or is it just Aoi Bunkaku? Well, anyways, blue literature. Um, it's an anthology that has some pretty interesting horror related short stories. The first part is based on this one author's work. I think it was called Less Than Human or something like that. And once you get past that, because that one's just a little bit straightforward, but when you get past that, you get these kind of like short story, interesting parable type short little segments that maybe last like an episode or 2 or 3, and they're really interesting. The one where this raider kidnaps this woman and falls in love with her, and she wants him to go out and chop off people's heads for her head severed head collection. Was quite interesting one. So yeah, I mean, severed head collection. Sounds like a keeper. That's one you take home to mama, right? It's like, oh, what does she do in her spare time? Well, she curates her severed head collection, and it's quite an extensive collection. She likes to comb and brush their hair, and maybe she talks to them. I don't know. Anyways, things like that. So I'm actually kind of falling apart right now because the stream keeps saying that things are whacking out. Like OBS is all like flashing red and orange at me, things like that. So I don't know. And I don't know. I just kind of like all of a sudden just lost all my motivation. Um, no, it's crazy because today I was back and forth about whether or not I was gonna stream because I kind of like not felt like it because it was a nice day out. And I kind of want to just like take in some sunshine and just go there and outside and things like that. And I don't know. I'm just not like feeling it too much today. Kind of down. I guess I'm kind of down. I don't know why. I guess I don't know. I feel a little not 100%. But going back to like horror animes, another one is Blood Rain, Curse of the Undead, Yoma. That one is a quite an old one, but that one's pretty good. Kind of monsters and demons. You have things like it just slipped my mind, but you have things like the anime Monster, which is very psychological, but is an excellent character study. It's about a doctor who has like something bad happens with like the mayor of the town in Germany that he's living in, and at the same time this boy got into some trauma, and so he was ordered by the head of the hospital to go deal with the mayor, but he's like the mayor, he, he can be handled himself. He's not in that bad shape, but this kid's gonna die if I don't do something. So he chooses to help the kid, and of course, his rise to prominence in this hospital takes a big hit because of that decision. And then he finds out that the kid that he saved turns out to be like this sociopathic monster, and he spends the rest of the series and basically his life dedicated to finding him and destroying him. And it's a very deep and dark and intellectual series, and I found myself engrossed with it. It's definitely not action packed. There's not that much blood and gore, but it is a great story with great characters and a very interesting plot. So Monster, that is one that people should check out. Um, Going on, you've got things like Blood the Last Vampire, which spun off to the series Blood Plus, which then spun off to the series Blood C. So, anyways, I have not watched Blood C yet, but I've watched Blood Plus and I've watched Blood the Last Vampire. And Blood the Last Vampire is such a cool movie, and it's beautifully done. And Blood Plus, I mean, Saya is different, but that series grew on me and definitely got better as time progressed. You have the shoot. See, now I'm starting to draw blanks, which I should have wrote them down right here on my tablet. But I mean, you've got that I know that the Parasite, the that one that one is some messed up shit. A Perfect Blue, that is a good, I guess you would say more of like a thriller, but that is a great psychological anime about a pop star who's part of an idol group in Japan, but she's deciding to go solo, and she is like constantly harassed and stalked by this one obsessive fan, and she just kind of loses her mind. It almost like I kind of like Black Swan in a way, but this was way before Black Swan, at least the movie Black Swan. So it's definitely an intriguing and entertaining watch, and disturbing at the same time. Which it's got to be, because it's in horror, right? So you've got that. I mean, you've got series like Tokyo Ghoul, which I can slide into there, because I mean, come on, that's horror. You've got these people who feed off of humans. I mean, come on. A show. I guess you would say more sci-fi, but sci-fi and horror are kind of like friends, because sometimes the sci-fi goes to the scary turn, and that's a show called Blue Gender. And it's about a guy who is in cryostasis, wakes up in the future, and the world is overrun by giant insects that turn people into human food blocks. pretty nasty looking too. And so he's got to like fight to survive, to escape to where the humans are all hiding and try to fight back against the aliens. Um, you compare it to Starship Troopers, but the only thing really they have in common is the future and alien and alien bugs, insects. But so you got blue gender. I keep seeing these images of nastiness, blood, and gore. That's right. Shoot, what is the name of that dang show? It's about these monsters that disguise themselves as humans, and there's this group that swear to protect humanity from them, and he ends up falling in love with one of the monsters, and he's got like a problem with incontinence or something. I don't. It's really weird. I can't remember the name of the show now. The art style is a lot different. It's very experimental. But a very interesting show and plot, and I can't remember the damn name of the show. Oh gosh. Uh, yeah, that's life, isn't it? But I mean, you've got Hellsing and Hellsing Ultimate. Those two series are very much in the vein of the horror anime. Um, Hellsing is an organization to kill vampires, and how do they do it? By using the big bad Dracula himself as one of their enforcers. Yeah, it's violent, nasty, and fun. Fun for the whole family. Hellsing and Hellsing Ultimate. Um, Man alive. Like this is why I should like write everything down. I should write everything down because now I'm just drawing like all kinds of blanks. I mean, you got the series Zombie Loan, which is an interesting one. Um, it's a oh god, how do I even describe that? I mean, it's sort of like a repo men for the afterlife, I guess. But then, of course, you got High School of the Dead, which is the zombie apocalypse with a group of high schoolers trying to make it out of the city alive. So you've got that one. That one's full of violence and fan service, which is always a good thing to have. Uh, Shoot, you've got Shikibane Hime, Corpse Princess. That one's a very interesting one. That's another one where they're trying to take on the undead and evil by using undead women, and they're fighting monks, kind of like a morbid type of Pokemon, I guess you could say. I don't know. I mean, it's not like you're catching them and slay. Right? It's different than that, but it's still a series that is actually quite emotional, and I really enjoyed watching that one. So you've got that. So Shikebane Hime, Corpse Princess. There, I mean, it's like it's dark too. It's really dark. I mean, like even like during the day, it's dark. It's like they use that Batman anime or animation technique. The original Batman animated show, they drew everything on like black paper so that everything was dark. So that was a really cool technique, and I wonder if they sort of used it on that. I don't know, because everything, definitely, even they're in the bright sunny parts, it's not bright. It's such a dark show. You have, and this one's a little more slapsticky, but like, are you a zombie? Um, I think it's what it's called in English. I can't remember the Japanese name. It's about a guy who was killed and was brought back to life as a zombie, and this girl who's very silent, who wears this suit of armor all the time. She's a very powerful person. Exactly, if she like spoke or anything, make noise, she could do things with her power. And then a magical girl and a vampire, kind of like all, sort of haremized uh, anime there. But that one's a little bit more screwball than and comedy than true horror. Then you've got Sankareya, which is also a little bit more comedy, but that's a sort of like, oh no, my new girlfriend's a zombie. Yeah, so like, this guy kind of gets in with like this girl who is sort of way too sheltered by her father, who takes a naked picture of her every birthday because incest, I guess. I don't know, but little way too possessive. Anyways, she ends up accidentally dying, but he had this secret formula that his grandfather or great uncle was working on to bring people back to life, and so he brings her back to life, and now she's a zombie, and it's funny. It's comical. So that one's a little bit more horror comedy. I mean, if you're going straight comedy with just graphic violence, you've got Bokutsatsu, right? Bokutsatsu, I don't know. Anyways, like Bludgeoning Angel Dokoro-chan. What is that? Bokutsatsu Tenshi no Dokoro-chan. I don't know. I used to know what I was called. Anyways, she's an angel, and she somehow like violently just murders this guy, but she can bring him back to life for the first time, whatever. And it's a comedy of errors and nonsense, but it's definitely a fun watch if you like that stuff. But then we're just getting to straight violence, and there's a distinction between horror and just violent anime. You could say Elfen Lied is kind of a horror anime. I mean, definitely violent and bloody, and I guess the idea of these genetic mutations that sprout out and have these invisible arms called vectors that can just easily tear you apart is kind of a scary thought. But I don't know. I mean, I guess I could throw it in there, but unfortunately, I'm completely failing my audience. My audience of nobody, by the way. So I'm gonna hide the chat again because it's depressing me. uh, yeah. I don't know. See, now I'm just like coming up blanks, and it's really because I keep seeing these violent scenes of monsters eating people, and I'm going, I know that's from some show that I like, and I can't remember what it's damn called. Oh, it's annoying. It's annoying. It's gnawing at my soul right now. Ghost Hunt. Ghost Hunt. That is a good show. Ghost Hunt is a good show. Not very violent, not very bloody, but definitely paranormal and eerie and interesting. Ghost Hunt. That's another one that I really enjoyed. You could say Mushishi is, but it's not really horror. It's more just paranormal. Not very frightening. Vampire Hunter D and Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. Yes, those two would fit in that category. Vampire Hunter D, just classic. Uh, but yeah, I guess you. What is the name of that one? God, oh now I just like. There is this one, but I can't remember what it's called. Like Vampire, I think like Vampire Knight. it's sort of a guilty pleasure of mine because I think it was sort of designed for the ladies, but I still found it uh, quite enjoyable. It is a little bit more Twilight-ish, I would say, but I think it's like Vampire Night. I think is what it's called. Is this this school and like some of a bunch of the class are vampires, and the school is sort of like this sort of safe place for humans and vampires. And there's like all this thing about like vampires sort of taking over. It's been a while since I've watched it, but I know that it was at least very entertaining for me. And yes, it kind of had like this love story between this one girl and this one guy in there who's trying. I mean, it reminds me a lot in certain ways of the Lost Boys in like the characters, because you've got like the vampire teenagers, and then you got like the older controlling vampire hierarchy and things like that. It was interesting watch, but probably not for everyone. And like I said, it's sort of like a guilty pleasure because I know that it's not like some hardcore awesome manly violent horror stuff. More for the ladies, but the ladies need something too, and a little bit softer, I would say, but still, I thought it was enjoyable. But God, you think it was Vampire Night? I'm still trying to like. I want to go look that up because I got nothing better to do here. Let me get there here. Vampire Night. And like night as in like night of the round table and stuff like that, not like night as in it's nighttime. Yeah, okay, Vampire. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, yeah, they call it a shoujo series, so yeah, it's definitely yeah. Anyways, kind of like Masters of Darkness. That one, I just I came across and thought was a little bit too man on man, I would say, like too bishonen for me. Like I'm gonna have to draw the line a little bit off on that one. This one is a bit bishonen, but not too much. Still not as horrible. But yeah, it's still an interesting one. Um, yeah, I know. Like they're like like other things close to that, and they've got Oron Host Club. Oron's oh man, oh gee, that is yeah, that is some company to keep. Oron Host Club. Like, look. I'll admit it. I liked Oron Host Club, even though it was really, really gay. I'm sorry, it was. It was. Come on. I mean, it was definitely that was that was a really man on man show. That was definitely like on that line of like, do I continue watching this? And the only reason I continue watching this is because A, it was interesting, and B, is that girl is definitely having a romantic thing with one or two of the guys. So it's not completely same sex there. So I can feel a little bit more justified in viewing it. But whatever. It's a fun comedy that is ridiculous and crazy at the same time. Anyways, yeah, I've lost my train of thought. I've lost my mind. I can't. I keep not thinking of things that I should be thinking of for horror anime. So this whole show has been sort of an experiment because I'm dealing with OBS here, so I don't even know how good or bad things are going here. Nobody's watching. I got into a quick little chat at the beginning, and now he had to go you know deal with his crying girlfriend, which is a traumatic experience. I know. So yeah, I've lost it. I don't know. I might even just quit streaming now. I don't know. I'm amusing myself, but yet I'm also getting kind of depressed and pissed off, and it's all my fault. I know it's completely my fault. I totally threw this thing together. I should have given myself a lot more time to set things up. But I was sort of like on the edge of whether or not I was going to stream anyways. And the last minute, I went, no, I'm going to stream. People are like counting on me. Well, they're not. I would give myself that illusion. The illusion that people think, or I'm sorry, the illusion that people actually care about stuff that I do on this channel. So I mean, it's just crazy. I just want to have a reasonable conversation, a reasonable discussion. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Maybe I'm just done with YouTube. I don't know. Maybe it's just the party's over. It's just everything seems like just so much effort for nothing. Yeah, just. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I should do. I should probably just quit. I should just quit the stream right now. I'm seriously contemplating whether I should just like pop a game on and just start playing on the stream. I don't know. I don't think anyone really cares at this point. I don't think anyone really is paying attention to what's going on here. Everything is just yeah. It all completely fell apart. All completely fell apart. I mean, it's almost been an hour, so I mean, it's not like I haven't like done anything, but it's definitely the most amateurish, non-professional, by the seat of your pants. I don't even know if I like. I have just no idea what's going on. How horrible the stream is going. How bad it is. Everything's just going crazy. I got a weird idea. Since I'm doing this stuff, I'm gonna experiment. I'm gonna experiment with something. I'm gonna experiment with something. I mean, yeah, it's like oh, we got all this silence now and stuff going on. Let's see if this even works. This is definitely a bandwidth test too.
Previously on the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror.
You collect the books, and then you do the ritual, and you summon the devil, and then he comes and he kills you. Wait, why would you want to do that? That doesn't make any sense. Never mind. Welcome back to the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror lives again. Yes, and
this is gonna be like one of those reaction videos where you're reacting to one of your what do you call it? Like you react to one of your older videos. Look at that! It's got 1,000 views.
Horror. I guess it's not really a tale, but it is what I was going to do.
I don't even know if I mean, like,
except with a different thing.
I don't know how this is even translating
Higurashi no Naku
onto YouTube right about now.
Oh, it's such an awesome series. The first season, awesome. The second season ties it all up in a little bow. The two OAVs after.
Yes, I suggest everyone watch my Freezing Anime Review Season 1. Of course, it shows up on the bottom here anyways.
You will see, and it will be awesome, instead of being a complete fail.
Mute the mic for a second.
So, let's go. Blah.
So why do I love Higurashi no Naku Koroni so much? Well, one reason is because it's a horror anime, and now horror is a genre that I think is woefully underrepresented in anime. There's just not as much of it as there is science fiction, as there is horribly crappy, school-based garbage. But it's horror, it's violent, it doesn't seem to be afraid of doing these shocking things. I mean, it's not as graphic as some other animes have been, but it's still pretty violent, and I like it. I like it a lot. That you've got that eerie sense of impending doom after you watch the first arc, because that sort of sets it up, because you just don't know what you're getting into unless it's been done to death to you. People just say everything about it. But once you get that first arc out of the way, you're just like, you don't know what's gonna go on, and you just kind of have that sort of doom, dark feelings throughout this first season. And so, yeah, that's one of the reasons. Like I said, violent. It does have a bit of blood.
Oh no!
And
I just lost monetization because of those violent acts.
They're
oh man!
talking about like your regular fair. I mean, honestly, though, when you think about it, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, those were teenagers, so I mean, that's not too far off. Uh, but the number one thing, honestly, is the story. The story of Higurashi no Naku Koroni, and with the second season Kai, which I'm not really talking about right now, but that's like a complete package. But that first season is just so epic because it's not your straightforward series. It gets explained in the second season, Higurashi no Naku Koroni Kai, but you wonder if it's just a retelling and a reimagining of the same events,
So
but
man,
things
bitch is getting
change
fucked
from
up
arc to
now.
arc, and things are a little bit different here and a little bit
Holy
different
shit.
there, and things happen you know weirdly differently and things like that, and you get that kind of confusion, and that kind of makes you just wonder what's happening. Plus the fact that it seems to reset every arc, it gives the creators carte blanche to just go crazy and kill off main characters, kill off people we like, because you know the, it's gonna
Now
reboot
this
the next
this
arc
is the
anyways, right?
greatest
I
scene.
mean, it's kind of
And I'm like
like
ruining it
that.
because
And of
I'm showing
course,
you the greatest
I
scene, but
will
this scene
explain
is so awesome. I love this
everything,
scene. Just
and
watch.
that's part of the brilliance of it. I mean, I guess if it would have just stopped at this season, it'd probably be a little bit more disappointing than than I would think it would be. But because of the second season, of course, it wraps it all up, and so that's there you go.
You
There's
can't
the reason
spell
why I
slaughter
like
without
Higurashi no
laughter.
Naku Koroni. You're
True.
you're you're,
You
you're
can't. You can't spell.
witnessing
You
some
can't.
some
You
pretty neat
can't spell
scenes
slaughter
going on
without
here,
laughter. Oh my god!
and
I forgot how
and I
violent
hope
this
if you
this
have a
video
chance
is. Holy
to
crap!
watch it, to find it out there, watch it. It's really worth it, especially if you like horror, especially if you like violence. But it's a good series story wise, regardless of that it's horror and violent. So, anyways, I think I'll send it back to real me now. Okay.
Welcome back! Oh my goodness, was there actually a video this time? Because, I mean, I won't know until it's too late. But if there was a video, then, oh, that was really awesome! Anyways, you gotta go check it out. Check out that freaking series! Maybe I'll do a complete review one of these years. I don't know. Maybe. Anyways, so, as always,
He looks like me. He looks like
we'll
me.
have the links here. We've got the links to episode 2 right here, episode 2. And that was my review of that horribly horrible The Ninth Gate. Oh my gosh, enough said about that. And over here is gonna be day 4. It's supposed to be something special, but something happened last night. And I don't know if it's gonna work out now. It might have to be later. But anyways, episode 4 gonna be right here when it comes out. So as always, you stay scary, YouTube. Scary. Rah.
I do like how it transferred the music over to the background. By the way, I can't do any of that awesome scrolling with text with my new video editing software. Pisses me off.
迷い込んだのは思い出の教室
Why get rid of the chat?
響くのは絶望へのタイマーたどり着くのは
Because I wanted to, like, no one was talking to me. That's why I got rid of the chat.
罪滅ぼし編その後リテイクあなたは信じられますか
I can believe it. Wow. So awesome. Oh, we're not. Let's get rid of the YouTube autoplay right there. No, no one was paying attention. No one was watching. No one was talking. I was trying to talk about horror anime, but I just sort of threw all this together, so I just completely forgot a bunch that I was going to talk about. And I thought I'd do an experiment since no one's watching, since whatever's going on with OBS. I thought, okay, well, let me see if I could like stream one of my videos and have me kind of talk about it a little bit. So it's kind of like one of those old-time YouTubers reacts to one of their early videos and stuff like that. And I thought, yeah, that was something interesting, and it actually worked. It almost makes me wonder if I should do another thing going on. I guess, wow, there is definitely quite the delay between the between what's happening now and then. But you know what? You know, I might just try something else. What's the sad face? What's the sad face for? I mean, I can still see what's going on in the chat. It's just I don't know. It's just some interesting things I'm thinking about doing here. You go way back into the vault here. Way back into the vault. This was even like way before I had the ability to edit video. So this is definitely going to be weird. But yeah, this is that show that I was talking about before called Another. So I did a review of that.
But this time I'm going to be getting back into my sweet spot, my wheelhouse, and that is a horror anime. Actually, it's sort of like a mystery horror anime, and the one that I'm going to
And of course, this is before I got a decent mic and decent audio editing software, so it's pretty bad
There's
too.
some weird stuff happening in this place called Yomiyama, and this kid who just transferred from Tokyo is gonna get himself all wrapped up into it, and it's a mystery filled with violence and intrigue and suspense and paranoia and madness, and it's filled with quite a bit of blood too, quite a bit of death, and overall a very satisfying series. It's short. It's only 12 episodes.
You know, 21 Yule.
So
I wish I
it's
had
paced
like
quite
5
well.
or 6
It
different accounts.
almost
so I
seems
could
like
just
it's
make all
over
kinds of
before
different
it
stuff. I
began.
don't know.
And, you know, I'm
I guess I'm just so
really
simplistic
wish
with
that
my
it could have
one.
been a longer series. But, you know, I mean, I guess it was only greenlighted for the 12 episodes. It couldn't be a 26 episode run. So, you know, they pack a lot of stuff in those episodes, and I wish there was a little bit more. But so let me just give you, I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. It is, no, actually, you know what? 4.5 out of 5. Fuck that. It is almost perfect in it's just, you know, a little short, not as deep and layered as masterpieces like Higurashi, but, you know, you only had 12 episodes.
I always
so,
talk about
you know,
Higurashi,
it
though,
did
because
what
it's
it
so
could
awesome.
with what it had, and it packed it a lot in there, and so it's good. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
And then I do some sort of experimental
instead of how I would
artsy
normally
shit here.
review as I go through and talk about things, I am in the opinion that movies like, or not movies, I like videos, series like this, you need to know as little about this series as you can before you go and view it, because that's part of the fun. That's part of the awesomeness, is the mystery, the not knowing, the finding out, the figuring out, the you coming up with questions, coming up with ideas, theories, and seeing if they pan out or if they don't pan out. And that creates excitement and fun, and that's part of the draw of this series. And then, of course, going back and watching it again and seeing all those things that you didn't quite pick up on the first view, but that you can pick up now. And unfortunately, it's I watched it subtitled, so it's hard to watch everything going on the screen.
God,
while
I
you're
need
trying
a
to pay
pop
attention
filter.
to
I need a pop
the
filter.
subtitles.
I just want to
That
take the
being
audio
said,
from this video and
here is
run
how
it
I'm going
through
to
all
review
kinds
it,
of
like
stuff
about 4
and then
minutes
put
into
it back
this
on there. If that was,
It begins with a myth, a story of a class 3, in Yomi North Junior High, where a student tragically dies midterm, but the rest of the class pretends as if it never happened, pretends as if that student is still there, going so far as to having that student's seat represented in graduation. A photo of that year's class, people could swear that they see that dead student in that photo. What follows is years of tragedy, violence, and death. Why? All because that class allowed the dead in. 26 years later, a young boy from Tokyo named Koichi Sakakibara transfers to Yomi North and goes into that same class 3. His father doing work in India, so now he must live with his grandparents. His mother deceased just shortly after he was born. He starts his life in Yomiyama in a hospital. He has a lung condition. He is greeted by some fellow classmates, not too unusual. They give him notes from the first part of the term. They give him flowers, welcome on behalf of the rest of the class. The third one says that she is the head of countermeasures. Questions him about whether he's lived in Yomiya before, or Yomiyama, my bad. Whether or not they met before. Koichi says no, he doesn't believe so. She seems somewhat skeptical. This is strange. Countermeasures? I don't understand. Later, in that hospital, in an elevator, it's like almost out of nowhere, there was this girl wearing the same school outfit. She wears an eye patch. He's intrigued. He asks her, "What are you doing here?" And she says she's visiting someone, but she's heading towards the second basement. And there's nothing in the second basement except for the morgue. It is kind of strange. She's carrying a doll. Says it's a gift. His first day at class seems pretty normal. Everyone seems very nice and talkative. There's that girl with the eye patch. Her desk is all beaten up, run down, old, scratched, not new and nice like everyone else's.
Like my high-speed
I thought that was strange.
picture editing, though.
It almost seems as if people don't even notice her.
Yeah, it's still pretty bad.
He notices her. He even tries to talk to her, but she says that he shouldn't get involved with her. He asks why. She says you'll find out soon enough. He even tries to talk about her to other students. They're like, who? What are you talking about? Very strange. Almost like she doesn't really exist. He looks on her desk and sees a message. Who is dead? Question mark. Huh, what do you mean by that? And as the story progresses, we find out more truths about this curse for Class 3. And with it, tragedy, sorrow, depression, despair, violence, death, loss, hopelessness, anxiety, fear, madness, murder. All follows. A bloody crescendo till we get the final revelation. All mysteries solved. Maybe. Watch. Learn. Learn of the tragedy of Class 3. See how they fight. See how they die. Who is dead? Who is dead? Well, if you like this review, be sure to give it a like. If you're new, you can check out my channel. I've got a lot of other content.
Oh my goodness. Oh my. The cringe is real. The cringe is real, folks. The cringe is real. Oh man. Oh, that. Definitely rough. I mean, and I remember making that, and it took forever to make that video because I had to go through the episodes and screen cap the episodes, and then screen cap just shots of the episodes and compose them and time them, and put the bad audio that now that I have at least some better equipment. But the sad thing is something like that I can't do with like new video editing software. I can't do it as cool as that, even though that wasn't that cool. I mean, like the editing. I've got to come up with something better, something easier to use, something that doesn't take me 3 weeks to do 2 minutes of footage, because that's where I am right now with. That's effed up. Yeah, it's yeah. Yeah, it's craziness. Anyways, that was a fun experiment. Yeah, I'm gonna end the show now since no one really cares anyways. So there was my crazy kooky experiment with OBS, and it definitely can do some things better than XSplit, and XSplit can do some other things that I still can't see OBS do, but maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But I am going to scare you all by going back to the end music, and I will watch you all later, everybody. Stay sexy, internet. Oh yeah, by the way, quick note, no one's watching anyways at this end. I'm probably not going to stream next week because it is JFAX next week, and I'm going to be involved heavily in JFAX, watching stuff, going there and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't even think I'll have anything on the weekend anyways, but we'll see what happens anyways. But until then, later everyone, stay sexy, internet. Hope you enjoyed the show. I'm sure you didn't, but whatever. Anyways, I am Zankoku Tenshi, and watch my other videos, man. They're cool, right? Aren't they? No? Okay. Sorry. Bye. Anyways, I am Zankoku